Hi there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Let me do a morning thoughts episode real quick. I'll try to finish it under 10 minutes. I have a few points to discuss with you, maybe regarding fragrance community or fragrance reviewing or fragrance itself. Hopefully, you're doing good, and I'll hit the points right from the beginning. I don't want to talk too much. How was my day? How many cup of tea I had? Sometimes people don't need to know that. Okay, so I have done actually 3 reviews, so I'm a bit tired, but like to share with you a few things. Okay, maybe one point will not be about fragrance reviewing. It will be more about life. Okay, that will be by just extra talk or bonus talk. First one, I will tell you, this is my honest opinion on this matter. Let's say, what's your um, let's say opinion on fragrance reviewers, like who are reviewing. Some of you say, hey, most of the reviewers are paid. I noticed this comment section, like every reviewer, when I watch some reviews of Ashton, let's say Dan Norton or Sebastian Zara, people write random comments. Most of the times, my favorite reviewer is this one, but apart from them, everybody is a sellout. Everybody is just showing the same fragrance. Like some reviewers are doing the same rotation, and they're just paid agents. So let me touch upon a little bit on that from my reviewer's perspective and also my viewer's perspective or a fragrance user perspective. Okay, everything is from one person. So when I review stuff, on 97 or 98% of the time, I buy my fragrances. Okay, sometimes people send me, say, gift, okay, or sample, or they send me a bottle for reviewing, like my friends. So those are not my bottles. So those are fragrance reviews I also do to create content. Okay, so there are a lot of fragrance reviews, maybe say 90% of my bottle, 10% of people or samples. Okay, keep it like that. But I buy my fragrances. But that's not the case with every single reviewer who are living, let's say, in States or Europe. They are already well-known, recognized channel, or they have good views. So companies, what they do is they tend to send fragrances for free to reviewers with payment. Like they will say, hey, review this, how much are you going to charge? So that is for marketing. Okay, these are just open, people know this is open secret, but not everybody reveals it. Some reviewers will say, hey, this is such a best fragrance, 10 out of 10, because they got it for free and they got paid to say so. Some are promoters, like brand promoters. That's one kind of reviewing. They are commercial, they are the suit, they are holding the brands. But some reviewers are not like that. Some reviewers are more about, I love this fragrance, this is the most lesser known fragrance in the community, nobody talks about it, so I like to talk about it. Okay, so some reviewers will pick up a fragrance which is popular, but they picked it up from their own interest. So there is mix of reviewers. You cannot generalize like one reviewer is doing commercial and sell out, everybody is the same. You cannot say so. You can see from their content who you like personality wise. Okay, let's say if you like Ashton, you find this content is good, but then some of the same reviewers, some of the other viewers who say, no, he just seems like he's just doing the list after list, and he's just receiving from fragrance X or something like that. People have their opinion, but in the end, the truth is what it is. Like you cannot change the truth by saying random stuff, right? So some reviewers, yes, I would say end of the day, my opinion on this matter is some reviewers will get it for free, which is sad a little bit because we also do the same hard work, but unfortunately maybe wrong geographical location where people take a lot more than they give you. They will say, buy my fragrance and review it. Okay, instead of giving you a sample, it will perhaps be helpful, but we cannot be entitled like, hey, why don't you send me? I do not do that. But if they send, I'm always happy. But didn't happen so much, but I would like to. That would be easier for the work. Okay, but end of the day, I still feel even if you get it for free or you get paid whatever, you should make clear that you're not a sellout and you're going to give your honest opinion on the performance, how much you like the smell, or do you think it's worth it. Honest opinion matters. Second thing I want to talk about is it's a, how to say this one. I was just walking yesterday, like last evening I was walking, and then I was having some evening thoughts. This basically is somewhere in between the real life and also fragrance community, or every community this happens. You'll see some absolute I'm not going to call them critics. There's some people who perhaps have a single goal in their mind. Sorry, let me put it on mute. Yeah, sorry about that. There's a message actually I did reply, I did not mute it. I just don't want to lie. So yeah, so I was getting back to those people, very special breed of people. I see sometimes reviewers like Sebastian Zara shares for fun, but I think these are very toxic people. This is a bit of negative talk, and some of you be like, hey, be positive, Joy. Yeah, I am positive. I'm the most positive guy out there. I learned better, you know. And I share a story that I watched a few days back. I watched a video, perhaps it's an old video, I watched it, but it did teach me a thing or two. But these people, no matter what you do really good. Let me give you a scenario. What are these people life goals are? Your existence, your existence, sorry. No matter what you do, your accent is a problem, your appearance is a problem, your house is a problem, your fragrance that you review is a problem, what you eat is a problem, and what you say is a problem, your opinion is a problem. Even if you say some fragrance are the best, it's their problem. If they say the fragrance didn't work for me, it's a problem. You are not a nice guy. Then you talk about niche fragrance, or you are a snob. When you talk about a cheap perfume, you are a cheapie, you are cheapo, you know. So basically, when you breathe, they find a fault about that. Hey, the way you breathe is not right. You know, you're just like too noisy for my, liking. So people have opinion, but there are some people who just are like about this. If you look at their channels, absolutely zero work, and they always say, I don't like this, I don't like the way you describe, and I think you're a trash reviewer. Let's say some of the food channels, they say you have very bad taste, you just talk about fragrance, everything is good, everything food is good. But I'm like thinking, what are these people doing? I sometimes comment randomly on other channels, like this kind of hateful comments. I say, why don't you start up a channel? Why don't you show us the way it should be done, right? But they will never ever do it, because either they don't have the energy, they don't have the passion, they don't have the willingness or the talent. The biggest thing is the talent. So when people say negative stuff, some of the good people, like unassuming people, are affected by it. They are not used to this kind of hatred or negative things, so it bothers them. People's psychology, it's very critical. Not everybody is the same build, like tough. So when you have a nice innocent person, they're just doing very nicely, and someone just made fun of her, like let's say it's a girl, I say, hey, what a bimbo, or look at the way your hair is funny, you don't look the most, your dress up sense is not good. But they are not trying to do about dress up, they're trying to talk about a fragrance, and they're doing it from the heart. Moment you have a negative comment or two and you troll, some people will just shy away from the community, will never ever come back. It happened to me when I started off, when I used to post in different groups, some American groups, some of them are very nice, some of the groups are very like laughing matter, like ha ha ha, and then this Indian guy, curry guy, what does he know? They don't know about Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, different countries. So to them is like Asian people, so the ignorance, the hatred was very big. But then I figured out with time that this is going to be happening, when you go out there in public, this is going to happen. So as a fragrance reviewer that I learned from 7 years, I'll tell you one thing: if you ever plan to do this, be very mindful that do what you love, do what is important to you, what you have to do. And when you do these things and you just become successful over the years, and nobody will be talking much about you, because they already got their answer. You gave them with your achievements. Okay, so the thing that I watched few days back, it was about I think this is the last story I'm going to tell and I'm finished. There's this guy, I think motivational speaker from India. He was saying, take a bottle of Coke, okay, Coca-Cola, and you shake it, punch it, you just move it, and when you open the cap, it has an explosion because it's so angry. And the other side, he took a bottle of water, just plain water, and he shook it like vigorously, and then he punched it, slapped it, and when he opened it, his point was absolutely no reaction. Water is still water, it doesn't react. So he said, no matter what people do not react, keep quiet and keep doing your work. Okay, that is, I think it makes enough sense with the story. And I think it taught me one thing or two. Sometimes you still make mistakes, I still get upset when people are negative, but then I realize people sometimes are jealous, people sometimes have issues when you get recognition, when you get love. Some people, it bothers them so much, maybe they have so much more money. In our country, I'll tell you one last story. Many people are so rich, they watch me, I know, and they don't like me, but they follow me, they buy the fragrance that I talk about, or they say those fragrances are the horrible ones, he doesn't know anything, but they watch me. The reason being, they are my biggest fans and they don't know it. Okay, and this is not something I would brag about, because there's nothing to be proud of. In this world, we are never permanent. Today I'm here, tomorrow I'll not be here, I'll be forgotten perhaps. Okay, many reviewers passed away, we know, right? Their work is still there, but those who love them, that's the most important thing. Those who love you, work for them, like they will keep you alive in their memory as long as they're alive. Okay, I think when you leave the world, this is my last point, you cannot take the riches or wealth with you. You can take this love, that achievement, that you did some good for the community, you left some work which is appreciated by people. And if you, let's say, did charity, and many people who like prayed for you or say bless this guy or God please help him in future, you will be so satisfied. The happiness will be endless. Okay, so that's the last point I want to say. Do not bother about negative people. Keep doing your work. You'll be very happy and you'll go miles. Have a nice day. And sometimes do think, like world is getting to a difficult stage, but we can be changing any day we want. This is the best thing about us. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and always thank you so much for your kindness and your love. Take care. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.